What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Venom secretly respected him despite the fact that they were both exhausted. Although Venom took pride in his rebellious nature, he thought that Masayuki was superior to him for some reason. Thus, Venom made an effort to respond with the best of intentions.
That depends on you, huh?
Venom moved to stand in front of Masayuki, shielding him from the unexpected presence.
Who are you, fool?
You got in my way, damn you. Even if my timing was impeccable, my body wasn't used to it and took a while to adjust.
The man cast a scowling, annoyed expression on Masayuki while ignoring Venom. Seeing this obviously alien presence, Masayuki could no longer contain his agitation. His aura was overwhelming Masayuki, who had not noticed his presence at all previously. 3 pairs of his 6 perfectly white wings fluttered on his back, highlighting his fearless physical appearance. His wide, clean white clothing showed off his well-developed muscles. The most remarkable feature of all was the light in his eyes, which resembled the eyes of a ferocious predator. It was as intimidating as it was terrifying.
Pay attention to me.
Venom delivered an upper roundhouse kick while yelling this. Even though it was a clear, traditional kick that appeared to have been drawn in, it nonetheless struck the opponent in the side of the head. Masayuki was taken aback. He was surprised to see how defenseless the man was when Venom kicked him. It wasn't that he couldn't respond, rather, he didn't think it was necessary.
Just a worm with no real chance of surviving. You belong to the group of demonic creatures who have obstructed our path for ages. I am Cornu. As one of the 3 Phantom Commanders, you have shown me a great deal of disrespect. You will soon find your place in the afterlife.
With a casual gesture, the individual going by the name Cornu extended his hand to Venom. The following moment, a bullet made of compressed mana shot out, piercing Venom at an unavoidable speed. For an instant, Masayuki wondered why Cornu had bothered with the arrogant self-introduction, but he quickly moved to Venom's side.
Hey, are you alright?
Venom remained alive. His reaction was perfect, as he was able to use his left arm to deflect the mana bullet. Still, there was a lot of damage. Venom's left arm was gone, and his left side was severely damaged.
Not really, no. Although I detest to say it, that guy appears to be far stronger than I am. But rest assured that I will keep you safe.
Having said that, Venom got to his feet without any concern. He remained in the battle although he was also not uninjured.
That worm is really stubborn. It's up to me to take out the kid while Zelario plays the part of a decoy. Fools resist in vain, which is why I detest them.
Masayuki felt like protesting to Cornu when he saw him bemoaning this. He didn't know why his death was necessary. Furthermore, he felt accountable for the harm he had caused Venom.
Venom.
I was aware of it. I guess you are the target of that invading bastard, huh?
You were aware all along?
I knew it was possible when Lady Ramirez got in touch with me. So, don't be alarmed. Even though I can't defeat the bastard, I can buy you some time. I suppose that bracelet is the only reason he hasn't killed you. Your resurrection will take place somewhere if he kills you here. He'll be on the lookout for that and want to take you away from the labyrinth. I don't believe he will initiate an attack that involves you in any manner because of this.
Venom spoke without fear, and he was spot on with his prediction. It was in the control room that Masayuki had established the save point for his resurrection. In this case, it was comforting, but he did not want anyone to see it. Conversely, Cornu was irritated that his scheme had been uncovered. Cornu has good reason not to make any more mistakes. The reason is decades old. Just when he was about to succeed, Cornu had failed in an attempt to infiltrate another world. The army he had been destroyed by a raging fire, though it is unclear what had transpired. As a result, despite being one of the 3 Phantom Commanders, Cornu was left without a single subordinate. Cornu's soul was nevertheless burdened with an unwavering melancholy even after the wounds from that period had healed. Cornu had always demonstrated an attitude of defeat despite his overwhelming superiority. His opponent, regrettably, was not one to overlook that.
I'll be honest. I never would have had to intervene if this had not been Ramirez's Labyrinth. You would die anyway, so burying you would not be a problem at all. However, I will first cause you despair. Allow me to demonstrate my actual strength as you depart for the hereafter.
At this moment, Cornu was not a fool who would drop his guard. Upon realizing that Venom was no ordinary foe, he resolved to take all necessary precautions against any potential threats. Like Zelario, Cornu wore a glittering black and gold costume that was the finest mythological clothing available to the 3 Phantom Commanders. Venom could accomplish little against the thoroughly armed Cornu. He could only wait for a humiliating defeat because all of his attack options were futile.
Damn it.
Venom scowled at the glaring disparity in combat strength. Attempting to get away would be pointless, and Masayuki would be abducted and disposed of if he was destroyed. If Venom was unable to save Masayuki, then only Diablo's purge would await him, even if he were able to resurrect himself in the labyrinth. Venom thought, "I'm screwed," and wanted to cry badly. There was just one move remaining: to kill Masayuki himself and return him to a safe location.
There is no other option.
Just when Venom was about to make that choice,
You appear to be having problems. Could we assist?
2 men appeared to defend Masayuki.
You are. Minutes, huh? And Calgurio as well.
The bashful Masayuki recalled the 2 men he had encountered multiple times. He also recalled how uneasy he had felt at the very thought of these powerful imperial nobles, worrying that he would say something impolite.
You are welcome to just call me Minutes, Sir Masayuki. I feel so self-conscious when the spitting image of His Majesty the Emperor calls me Sir.
But
He's probably right. It feels as though His Majesty is personally witnessing my deeds when I see you here, Sir Masayuki. I feel stronger than I have ever felt.
Minutes, ever the dandy, and Calgurio, always serious and always wearing an eye patch over his left eye, smiled at Masayuki in an effort to put him at ease.
Venom, right? Allow us to support you.
After saying so, Minutes looked up at Cornu. Then Cornu's movement was slowed by an unseen force field. It was the result of the unique skill, Oppressor, that should not have been available to Minutes.
Did you really lose your power, Minutes?
Indeed, I did. However, given it was previously accessible, getting it again should be simple, right?
Calgurio couldn't help but laugh at Minutes' casual response.
I am envious. My sense of omnipotence has faded. I can still store magicules in my empty body quite easily, though.
As though to bolster his claims, Calgurio's strength started to increase. His mucous membrane started to bleed as he swiftly overreached his limit and went into a wild state. It would be lethal if left untreated, but in this labyrinth, that was irrelevant. He didn't care about the effects on his physique because he had an infinite number of resurrection bracelets that he had obtained from some source.
I think you're going a little too far with that.
I won't be able to show my face to the dead if I can't do this much.
Venom thought there was hope because both men were involved. Moreover, a number of men arrived and volunteered to assist Venom. Venom recognized the men at first glance and accepted them without question.
I would really appreciate that. Instead of even considering how to defeat him, try to hold him back.
I got it. Well, things are starting to get interesting.
We're safe now that I am here. Just let me handle everything.
They were 3 surmounters who had come out of curiosity.
I'll give the orders. So let's get going, folks.
Calgurio started making the decisions for whatever reason, and nobody questioned him. With 5 people's assistance, Venom launched an offensive against Cornu.
Oh, you tiny worms! Don't pretend that you can defeat me!
Despite his anger, Cornu maintained his composure. He started moving to take down the adversary one by one while regulating the force of his blows to keep Masayuki from fleeing. Surprisingly, though, the unplanned crew did a good job of cooperating. Taking advantage of the surmounter's invulnerability and Cornu's incapacity to launch massively damaging strikes, Calgurio came up with a strategy that would deal the least amount of damage possible. With grace and bravery, the 6 of them, Venom included, made up for the glaring difference in their skills, and they managed to buy time by following one another. Following that, taking advantage of the situation.
This way, Masayuki.
It's time to leave. Hurry up. The other levels are accessible as long as you reach the research facility, correct?
Masayuki was called upon by Jiwoo and Bernie.
Ah, you guys.
I apologize. I wish I could apologize properly now, but I suppose it's not the right moment. Either way, you ought to follow me.
Wait, Jiwoo, what are you doing?
Bernie seems to have planned to serve as Masayuki's bodyguard, but Jiwoo remained in her post and appeared to be using some sort of magic.
Indeed. You don't need to be concerned about me. I'll disguise myself as Masayuki to fool him.
Turning around, Jiwoo saw that she had changed completely, looking just like Masayuki.
Go quickly. It seems he is holding off on attacking you, thus Jiwoo's strategy should work. We'll take advantage of the opportunity to flee.
That was apparently part of the plan they devised before arriving here. People who had hurried to help Masayuki were positioned in such a way that Cornu was unable to witness Jiwoo's transformation into Masayuki. There was a brief period of hesitation on Masayuki's part, but it quickly passed.
I see. If I stay, I'll only make things worse for everyone.
Reluctantly, he accepted the plan. There was chaos in the control room. It was far more troublesome than they had anticipated, this unexpected appearance of an enemy.
Hey, have you calculated the existence value of the guy aiming for Masayuki?
I got it. It was about 1.8 million, but after being outfitted with mythical grade equipment, that number skyrocketed to 2.8 million.
Whoa, that's awful.
Ramirez was furious over Alpha's report, but she was at a loss for what to do. At this point, all she could do was consider drastic alternatives.
Mythical grade weaponry is supposed to bestow power on those it acknowledges as its master. Even though Sir Albert's existence value was more than doubled, it appears that he hasn't yet realized its full potential.
Ramirez accepted the analysis made by Beretta. According to the data measured at the time, Albert's existence value climbed from 180,000 to over 400,000 after equipping the mythical grade equipment, making him the equivalent of an incarnated spiritual life form. This by itself was already extremely powerful, but the mythical grade equipment had signs of having even more power to unleash. Albert had since entered an evolutionary slumber, and there was much to be expected when he awoke. After that, one would wonder how dangerous Karabe was given that he had developed to the point where he could produce equipment of a mythical grade. But that was a thought for another day. Regardless, mythical grade equipment was as rare as it was incredible. Except in the hands of the enemy, it was nothing more than a lethal threat.
What actions are we going to take? That Zalario guy is pushing us back even with Trainee-chan and cherries. Besides, Cornu is stronger than Venom and the others.
Ramirez had good reason to be concerned. Venom's existence value had increased to 400,000 and he had become a demon peer. On the other hand, the Surmounter's leader was at 300,000, while the other two were at 200,000. Minutes and Calgurio, the last remaining members of the Imperial Army, had lost much of their strength and now had existence values of fewer than 10,000. They could even be commended for agreeing to fight in this conflict, even if they weren't anticipated to be a formidable opponent. Nevertheless, those two were really enthusiastic for some reason. Oddly enough, Minutes was using his lost unique skill, Oppressor, to the fullest. What was even more mysterious was that, despite being a prisoner of war, he was dressed elegantly in a suit that gave Ramirez the impression that he was even more powerful than Venom.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Just a Guy, Misael W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, J. Rule, Sayonori, Liel Tiram, Leiron Sangkap, Eric Haaz, Christopher Mash, Aditya Vyas, Samuel Ward, Faiz Mansour, Arad Dare. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.